Oh, that looks great. There's a little bit of diminished scale stuff there. Dude, I taught so much today. I just need to get the chops, flowing. It's weird, man. Teaching a lot of guitar, you don't get to wiggle your fingers the right way. So you gotta correct at the end of the day. I gotta throw up some notes, Gonna show us some cool 3-note or string patterns. Actually, it's the weird thing about doing these the kind of exercises I'm doing now. I'm just trying to develop my legato thing, which is never the way. I didn't put myself together that way. So when you're doing flow exercises, meaning playing continuous rhythm, the idea is to project contours that are kind of like a sine wave, right? So just rising and falling. Honestly, I'm doing it fast. The last track I did it faster than it was more muscle memory than the kind of improvising that you need to do to get better at it, because you need to do things you don't know how to do, like contour. You have to find a speed or a subdivision where you have control, but not, but it's still kind of difficult to put it together. So maybe Tom Quill giving you a hard time? No, just got curious, I take on hobbies, and it's something I've always kind of said one day I'll get together and just start getting it together. It's weird. It's when I play in my band, it's just a sound that I don't know. I always sort of wanted to have, but I was always kind of a heavier picker. Well, not heavy, I pick light, but relying more on my right hand. So it's an interesting journey, but the idea is that you want to connect these contours that are long and that don't project an obvious pattern, right? Think about flow, right? Like watching water, like watching waves when you stand by the ocean. You're seeing it rising and falling, but you can't really pick up on any sort of pattern. So the enemy of flow is sequences. Because to the ear, you can really easily, if you imagine how it's written, it just looks like these lines to rising, right? But you want it to be more continuous, and then use contour to just interject things. So it's more like you start patterns and then you break them. So the idea is to not pre-plan the pattern, but to let it unfold, if that makes sense. So I'm just taking A Dorian, and I'm going to do it like this, Get the backbeat, bro. Eric Johnson-ish. I don't know. Just practicing, you know. You have a big caucus of listeners. You know that Quell uses hybrid picking, ascending mini sweeps. Yep. Yep. That guy's figured it out. Just became a Patreon member a few days ago and just wanted to say thank you for the awesome content. It's such a great help. Oh, I'm glad the Patreon is our, you know, it's what keeps us going. So thank you so much for being there. Yeah, dude, I taught so much today. I had 10 students, 10 hours, back to back, no breaks of private instruction. It's such intense times. Let's see, legato is for pussies. Anyway, alternate picking is the manly thing to do. Yeah, but I can do that, you know. So it's more like, you know, you gotta have hobbies, I think. It's important to not get too like locked into one thing. Yeah, I know I'm a little disheveled. I'm so tired. Clean it up. Shit's hard. Buckingham. Oh yeah, that was fun. bend with my pinky, I guess. Sometimes. Yeah, I do. Do you use Greg Howe's mini bar? No, not really. Amazing things, thank you. Those, yeah. What's Marquet? Having a hard time connecting the ideas. Let's see. You still have the prototype guitar you were playing? Yes, I do. I do. If the girls are using the fingers like that. Style? I don't think so. I do like that guy. Let's see. Was there a single chick among those 10 students today? Dude, I've been teaching for years. And I teach, I don't know, close to like, I would say 40 students a week. I've never taught a girl in my life. I've never had a single woman approach me for lessons ever. Never. It's never happened. I think I don't put out a welcoming vibe for women or something. I don't know. It's never happened. Let's see. Sausage Fest. Yeah. FM9 for content in my studio, but never live. It's yeah, like I like the digital shit for when I'm like recording like the videos I do for YouTube, just because, you know, I'm talking to, I have like a lapel mic, and I just have it go into my computer with the sound off, and I'm just not even monitoring, and I know it's going in. So I prefer to do that than like miking a cab in a different room or something. Any thoughts on new Dave Gilmour? I didn't know he renewed. Crack tubes. I don't know what that means. Girls don't like fusion. You know, only the ones I've met. Maybe they're out there, I think, but it's rare. It's a generalization, but you know, in my experience, it's mainly guys' music. Because guys love music with, you know, balls. What do you think of Guthrie Govan? I think he's good. Tips on ear training. Yes, I'll give you a great tip. Repeat after me, right? I'm not going to be able to test you, but do it anyway. Lena says girls like fusion. God bless you, Lena. So go like this. Hum. And do exactly what I did. Obviously, you're not my private student, so I can't test you. But instead of trying to focus on not fucking up, try to focus on where you feel the pitch, right? Imagine your voice like a tube, right? And that's the first note. Hi, Abba. It's right here in your lips, right? Right? You feel it going up and down. So you want to take that sensation, and when you practice, imagine now you're playing it on one string, and you want to connect instead of going like this with your finger, with your left hand, kind of like going to the left means going down, going to the right means going up. So just go like Now, when you got that kind of motion connected to the humming sensation, try to take that, like this is an F minor. Give yourself some notes. Also find the range like that for men. The guitar has sort of a couple voices in it. It has Johnny Cash right here, right? Like, right there. Has Paul Simon right here. Has Ella Fitzgerald right here. Has Ella Fitzgerald granddaughter, right? Right, so you got those 4 ranges for humming. Now, actually try to audiate in your brain where the pitch actually goes. Don't transpose. So, what you want to do is like, you know, if you're working on your like bass thing, try to imagine the pitch there, like in your chest. It will give you a more accurate imagination. Like you would use the notes more intentionally if you actually imagine the pitch and don't transpose. So what you want to do, thanks Freshly Wild. So start with like your like what's in your mid range, meaning what's right by your lips when you're humming. For women that's, you know, a much higher pitch, but for guys, in that key, that's the root F right here on the 3rd fret. Now from that point, construct the mode. Just do one string and start creating a flow. To that up and down kind of thing. Now, even if you don't like, you know, guitar has a lot of like patterns, but the way you get from pattern to pattern or from template to template of scales, like of pentatonics, is using that kind of logic. So learning how to see the guitar as 6 parallel pianos that you can hum your way through, I would say is the key. To have that kind of lyrical freedom to just kind of move in stepwise motion in the key in a connected way. So you could just, you know, explore each string separately for a while. I think that's a worthwhile thing to do. Nima. Again, that's like, it's not a chops thing, it's just a being connected thing. So that gives you that feeling like you're really humming with it. Do you own a vocoder? I do not, no. So after you do that, I'd say it's more like trying to improvise. George Benson, well, you know, George Benson's an actual singer, but I think you got to, a lot of the wisdom of using modes has to do with voice leading. So even if I take like, it's about connecting the end of, I don't want to say a pattern because people think about sequences when I say patterns, but think about a chunk, like any chunk of a mode, any 4 notes in a mode. So even if they're intervallic, right? Here's four intervallic modes or notes, right? Can you demonstrate using 3 different minor pentatonics using a single key for improv? Sure, but in a minute. But like if I take like, or like pattern like that, right? That's like 1, 5, 1, and then like 2. To play that in a voice-led way, right? Maybe if I started here, I would have to connect the last note to the first note in the next thing, intervallically, right? So, and now it sounds like one thing. You can no longer discern that that first chunk I played was a chunk in my mind, but I thought about it like that. So if you think in small portions that are voice-led, you can, like, even if you like a 3-octave scale, I can just be thinking about like this pattern, voice-led to the same pattern a step down. Right? But if I don't put a break there, right? Right? So it's about seeing patterns connecting to the next thing in a voice-led way. Now, the voice leading, if you use your voice, becomes very intuitive. You start hearing things that way. It's kind of like, it starts sounding like one thing, not 3 patterns connected. Can you play and sing in fifths at the same time? No, I cannot do that. So yeah, 3 minor pentatonics. So, I mean, every key has 3 major chords and 3 minor chords, right? So this is F Dorian, comes from the key of E flat. So you have E flat minor, major pentatonic, which is C minor pentatonic. You have, that's your 1 chord. You have your 4 chord A flat major pentatonic, which is F minor pentatonic. And you have your 5 chord, which is B flat major pentatonic, which is G minor pentatonic. So you can use F minor pentatonic, G minor pentatonic, or C minor pentatonic on this band. So here's C minor, F minor pentatonic, G minor pentatonic. Cool way of like navigating harmony, like taking diatonic harmony and coming up with cool shit, is triad pairs. If you take any 2 triads that are adjacent in the harmonic structure of the scale, meaning like C and D minor and E minor and F and G, G and A minor, what you're really doing is you're creating a 6-note structure, 2 triads, 3 and 3, and any 2 adjacent triads don't have any common tones, and you're eliminating one. So all of your hexatonic, meaning 6-note possibilities inside a 7-note structure, can be expressed with triad pairs. And that's why it's a powerful tool. So you can take any like melodic minor thing and play any of the 2 triads inside it back to back as a scale, or just bouncing each other, and you will basically automatically be inside the mindset of hexatonic playing, like of 6-note structures, 6-note subsets inside the 7-note structures. So when you're like trying to play like churchy kind of like gospel stuff, you know, a lot of the sounds they play, what is that scale? So what is that, right? That's C major and D minor. So I'm taking the 1 and 2 chords in C major, and it just eliminates the B. Email danihRabin@gmail.com. It should go through, or marbinmusic@gmail.com. I can check there. So that's C major, D minor, C major, D minor, right? You can just see caged, but it gives you that churchy kind of sound. Pat Metheny, and even like, I don't know, Bonamassa and people like that. If they're playing like on a minor chord, they always use like the 5 and 6 chord. They play like this, like A minor pentatonic with an added B, right? That sound. What is that? That's a G major triad and an A minor triad. Right? The 5 and 6 chord of a key. So that's a pretty clever way of doing that. Now, if you just play them as double stops, you can go through the guitar like... Right? It sounds like a John Mayer part or something. Right? Can you show the voice leading improv you did in the recent video, but confined to 5 fret area? Remind me what I did? This explains a lot of Mateo's style with his church music background. I guess so. Thanks, Rata. Triad paired sound sexy. Yeah, it's they're pretty cool. So what was the voice leading improv I did in the recent video? I forgot. I didn't. Sorry, I recorded it a while ago and I'd never watched it when it came out. Oh, I think I remember the creep thing. Yeah. How to get good at rhythm. Jadale Bacon, I'm good. Favorite Wayne Shorter song, Fee Fi Fo Fum, probably. I like a lot of the Weather Report stuff. Hey, Bauch, Florida. I'm glad you're here. Let's see, how to get good at rhythm. That's a good question. That's a deep subject. Yeah, so like if I'm playing in a 5 fret area, like on one string, that would be probably a great way to do it. So like, I don't know, take, if I'm looking at like a tune like Creep, right? So it's like C major, E7, F major, F minor, but you got to know the modes, right? So, or start with the triads, right? You can just think like... Right, that's like triads. And if you know the modes, it's C Ionian on the C to A harmonic minor on the E, so E Phrygian dominant. Then you have F Lydian on the F, and F melodic minor on the F minor. So if I take like a 5 fret area, just at random of the C, you know. Like if I'm trying to play melodically on it, I'm also going to try to like do specific things with the scale, right? Resolve it to specific areas. Like, see. The last video you showed voice leading, but at the end it went way up the neck at the end. I'm saying keep it the same area. So yeah, I mean, like with triads, I mean, you can. Wayne Krantz has a concept of restricting to a 4-fret area, some notes are low and leave them out. Yeah, you know, I mean, I read OS when I was younger. But why aren't 6-note scale? Why aren't scale 6 notes instead of 7? It sounds good with just 6. 6-note scales are inside 7-note scales, so you can have them too. The reason is has to do with the fact that you'd be omitting a tone that will sound will be an available tension on the chord, something that's acceptable to hold. So scales give you the complete sound that's available. It's like a palette of color. So it's like, you know, it's like you saying, well, I'm painting like, you know, the jungle. I don't need any whatever yellow, because it's a very green jungle with orange birds. And it's just like, oh, okay. So don't just keep the yellow out. So yeah, the Wayne Krantz thing, I mean, I think it's really good as like a practice tool, but I don't know, for me, like when I'm playing, I really, it's all these like restrictions or training wheels, but when you're just playing, you're going for things, and I try to play on the whole instrument. It's weird, but like, you know, you really want to get to a place as quickly as you can where, you know, the music feels like it's playing itself. I think that's the key. So it's like, it's the feeling, again, it's not, like you want that feeling of free choice to disappear and be more of a feeling of destiny, which is kind of a big thing to say, but it's how it feels, to where the choice you're making is the only choice. And when you're using any sort of like, you know, fret restrictions or stuff like that, you're not really paying attention to the right stuff. You know, you got to follow your intuitions. Do you like players like Alex Hutchings, Greg Howe, Tom Quayle? I like Greg Howe. It's like first, like the Greg Howe album is a badass rock album. The Goodrick Millerberg goes super deep into eliminating one note from the 7-note scale and making cool chords with triad pairs. It's not such a deep subject, honestly. You know, it's just like, if you just look at any two adjacent triads from any scale structure, you get all the hexatonics, and you just mix and match. I mean, the moment I think it's about visual, like if you become very good at seeing arpeggios and seeing scales and get to a place where you can just kind of cherry pick what you're taking from them. The problem with books is that they give the illusion that you get good at improvisation by memorizing a lot of things, but you get good at improvisation by seeing in time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, think about it's like being a handyman and having a good tool belt. Do you have a rendition of Little Wing you can spoil us with? Not at the moment, I'm sorry to disappoint. Oh yeah, I get you. No, I can't answer that. Just oh, cool. Yeah. Anyways. cooperating today. Let's see. Thank you guys. Thank you. Very nice. Message held for review. Holy fuck. Oh, nice message. If you had surgery and weren't able to hold a guitar for 4 weeks, what would you practice? Just got out of surgery. Sorry to hear about the surgery. Hopefully you're doing well. You're welcome, Marshall. What would I practice? I don't know. You gotta follow music in your mind, I think. I think, like, you know, real teaching right there, bro, is playing and talking concepts. Yeah. Taking good care of your recovery so you can enjoy playing after without problems. That's probably a good idea. Chill out, you know. Think about stuff that matters more. Where we started. What are you working on with Alex Sill? He's teaching me how to shred. Looks like the goal is the flow itself. Bro is riding the waves. Oh, thank you. TJ wrote something restricted. Man, is it racist? What did you write? I'm so curious. Is your goal to be a great player, or are you also trying to innovate? You know, up until recently, my goal was to make albums with Marvin, Sup Jeff, and can you play any Polyphia? I cannot. Um, just to make albums and play a lot of shows, and you know, now my goal is to make good YouTube videos. I don't know, but I'm no, we're at the moment I'm really focused on the content. Honestly, just because it became kind of a business for us, and it fits with like the current lifestyle. So we're still making albums. We're gonna release one in the next couple of weeks that I think is badass, and start a new one soon, and then. Yeah, with the live thing, we're gonna have to be doing less of that than we used to, which is unfortunate because I really do love it. But I don't know. Get a single female student. Honestly, I'm good. I don't need that. I'm married and I have a daughter. There's enough women in my life. I'm enjoying the male energy. That don't need any more. If one comes one day, it'll be interesting. But I'm not pressing it. I'm trying to develop a legato touch, and it goes against every instinct I have. Dude, what is up with people playing on backing tracks before you get the solo? Like, nobody wants that. You know what I mean? It's terrible. What languages do you speak? English and Hebrew. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.